We're going to review standard 14.0, which talks about quadratic functions. First question is solve x squared plus 6x equals 0. Is it A, x equals 6 and x equals 0, B, x equals 0 and x equals negative 6, C, x equals 1 and x equals 6, or is it D, x equals negative 7 and x equals negative 1? The hint I gave you is to plug in the answers into the question. So here's my equation, x squared plus 6x equals 0, and I want to test to see if A is the correct answer. First I'm going to plug in 6 for x. 6 squared plus 6 times 6 equals 0. 6 squared is 36 plus 6 times 6 is 36. I know for a fact that 36 plus 36 does not equal 0, so the answer is not A. So let's try to see if it's B. First I'm going to plug in 0. 0 squared plus 6 times 0 equals 0. Let's see if that's a true statement. 0 squared is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 does equal 0. So yes, it's true. But I also need to plug in negative 6 to see if B is the right answer. Negative 6 squared plus 6 times negative 6 equals 0. Is that true? Negative 6 squared is positive 36, because a negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. 6 multiplied by negative 6 is negative 36. Positive 36 minus negative 36 does equal 0. B is the correct answer. Take a look at question 2. It tells me to solve x squared minus 6x plus 8 equals 0. Here are my answer choices. I'm going to plug in 4 first for A. 4 squared minus 6 times 4 plus 8 equals 0. 4 squared is 16. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. Drop down the plus 8. 16 minus 24 is negative 8. Plus 8 does equal 0, so yes. Since I know 4 works, I need to check to see if 2 works before I choose the answer as A. So I'm going to plug in 2 into the equation. 2 squared minus 6 times 2 plus 8 equals 0. 2 squared is 4. Minus 12 plus 8 equals 0. 4 take away 12 is negative 8. Plus 8 does equal 0. That is true. So the answer must be A. Question 3. Tells me to solve x squared minus 49 equals 0. I'm going to plug in A first, 7. 7 squared minus 49 equals 0. Let's check to see if that's true. 7 squared is 49. 49 take away 49 is equal to 0. Yes. Now before I choose A as an answer, I have to look at my other answer choices. I also see that B and D also have x equals 7. So I need to test if the other numbers also work. Let's try B. I know that x equals 7 does work. I just did the work right here. Now I'm going to plug in negative 7. Negative 7 squared minus 49 equals 0. Negative 7 squared is the same thing as negative 7 times negative 7, which is equal to positive 49. Positive 49 minus 49, does that equal 0? It turns out that it does. So the two answers that worked were 7 and negative 7. The answer is B. It is the more complete answer. A has 7, but it does not have negative 7, which is true as well. Question 4. What should be added to both sides of the equation to complete the square? X squared minus 4x equals 12. Well, to complete the square, you follow these steps. Step 1. You need to put it in the right form of x squared plus bx equals c. I'm going to take a look. X squared, here's my bx equals c. It's in the right form already. Check. Step 2 of completing the square is finding b over 2 squared and adding it to both sides. Well, b over 2 squared, I'm going to plug in my b term, which is right here, negative 4. Negative 4 over 2 squared. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 squared. Negative 2 squared is equal to 4. So now I'm going to add 4 to both sides of the equation. So I have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 12 plus 4. I just added 4 to each side. Now let's read the question. What should be added to both sides of the equation to complete the square? The answer is C. We need to add 4 to both sides. Take a look at question 5. Sean correctly solved the equation by completing the squared. X squared minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. Which equation is part of the solution? Well, we need to start the completing the square steps to see which is part of the solution. Okay, step 1. I need it in the form of x squared plus bx equals c. Well, my c term is on the left-hand side of the equal sign. It should be on the right-hand side. So to get positive 2 to the other side, I'm going to do the opposite. The opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. Now step 1 is done. Step 2. I'm going to add b over 2 squared to both sides. Well, b over 2 squared, my b term is negative 4. Plug that in. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 squared is equal to 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides of my equation. X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals negative 2 plus 4. Continue to simplify. Negative 2 plus 4 is equal to positive 2. Now I'm going to factor for step 3